who is your Mount Rushmore of Scooby Doo directors? And I
Ah,
was like, what does
yes.
that mean? But then apparently it's like the four goats, like the four faces, like the four best of all time, best to ever do it.
Okay, so I chose mine based on either an episode or a movie director that was running at the time. So did you want me to go through my picks
Yeah,
first?
sure, that'd be perfect.
Okay, so I first started with Mystery Incorporated. I chose Kurt Gedder, who done episodes from Escape from Mystery Manor, Night Fright, Menace of the Manticore, and many more from the episode. I felt like the episodes that he made were very, very creepy and good. Like especially
Mm.
the Mystery Manor episode where it was all about hidden traps, like a saw blade episode. Like that was really good. Or the Manticore again with the mythology. Again, it has some sort of real traits to like either mythical side or to movie side. So they really captured those environment scenes and they really brought the best out of the gang, especially Fred with the traps. Like he's like a trap expert. So him defeating the Saw traps was a nice little nod and got me back to watching Saw. So I chose him for the first one I chose. Then my second one is Zombie Island, where I chose the director Jim Stenstrom. Again, love Zombie Island. I think I said that enough already, but everyone knows my obsession with it. It's probably the best Scooby Doo movie of all time, and it's like if they should have made a sequel, it should have been done in like at least I don't know some way better than Return to Zombie Island because I feel like that just took a massive turd on the franchise. Then I chose Scooby Doo the movie, the 2002 one. Director Raja Gosney. Um, Again, I do even though I do like mystery and like Monsters Unleashed, Scooby Doo 2, I still love how they done everything in the first movie with all the special effects. I feel like the special effects in the first movie were a lot better than they were in the second one because I feel like they were done a lot of more animatronics and a lot more face work with the monsters in the first one because everything there was mostly done old school. So it wasn't all done in a green screen room like it is today in acting. So they're mostly outside using blue screens, green screens, people in costumes, um, green screen masks and everything just to capture it and using the latest at the time animation tools possible. I feel like he directed that movie very good with the budget they had and the time frame as well. He did a really good job. So that was on my third one. Then my last one is basically it's kind of like a cop out this one, but I chose William Hanna and Joseph Barbera for their work on Where Are You and the new Scooby-Doo movies
Hmm.
because they directed all of them. So I thought, you know what? It's kind of like an obvious one, but I thought I'd end off the last one by choosing them ones because they chose a series that has lived for over 60 years and it's just like it's going to keep on growing to 100 years and people are still going to remember it. Because normally, by this time, no one remembers Tom and Jerry like we do. No one really remembers Johnny Quest. No one really remembers the Flintstones. So it's just like, oh, the Wacky Racers. When I tell someone at work, do you remember Wacky Racers? Like, what the hell is that? Like, you don't know the Wacky Racers? Hour-long episodes of whackness? Oh my God, this is like, so yeah, I feel like them making this series that still lives on today, that's good direction right there.
I like that. That's a really good Mount Rushmore because I kind of went back and forth. Like, I've not got Raja Gosnell on there, but I wanted to because obviously that's like my favorite of all time. I wanted to keep it to animation, but also I wanted to like make it about not just like what they've worked on, but their entire strength of schedule in general. So my first choice is Chris Bailey, who oversaw, directed so many episodes of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which isn't my favorite series of all time, but in terms of the consistency of that strength of schedule, I think that it's probably the best throughout the run in terms of consistency, but also as a person. they also directed and worked on a lot of the classic Disney, like golden era stuff, like legendary things like the original Little Mermaid. So I just think that that's incredible. Then I've got Victor Cook, who I think was very much on that level of Kurt Gader from Mystery Incorporated. I just think I preferred the work of Victor Cook, not more, but I like their episodes. I like to watch them just a little bit more than Gader's on Mystery Incorporated. And then Joe Sichter, who I think is the closest we've got to a showrunner of DTVs. You know, we've got DTV directors that are coming and going, but if you look at all of the What's New era ones, Joe Sichter did every single one of them except for Aloha. And to be able to do that, to deliver that consistency, and also doing work on like the series as well, to me, that's a go-to like thing to do. So, and you know, I grew up on all that 2000 stuff. So he'd maybe the director of my childhood. And this is similar to how you ended things as well. But I've kind of done like, I kind of stretched it a bit where it isn't director as such, but it's art director. And that's Bob Singer for his work on Scooby Doo, Where Are You? Because it's like the guy put the flowers on the Mystery Machine and oversaw production of that whole original series. And obviously the ideas are fantastic, the writing's fantastic. I won't ever take away from that. But I just want to credit the person that really had a hand in all those looks and just what, like you say, has kept the franchise going for all this time. So yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore. It's good that we should
Good.
see if we had more time of these, I could do that for writers and whatnot. But
I felt like for
maybe
directors and that,
yeah,
chose a good bunch we did.
I like it. I like it. I think we've got some absolute legends to the point where this was a scrapped episode. But do you remember we kind of spoke about the idea of let's do one like if there was an overall director of Scooby-Doo to take the movies forward, who would we want it to be? I feel like for the people that are alive, we've answered that in that question. Like if any of them were announced as like the Kevin Feige of Scooby-Doo going forward, I'd be happy with any of them. So
Yeah.
we've kind of done that. So hey, that's amazing.